What's up, one and all? Welcome to the webinar, the New Moon in Leo webinar. We have a special eclipse that is occurring. Please clap for yourselves for being a part of history. If you are in this dimension, if you are in this world, if you are in this living reality, congratulations, you have made it. You are alive. You are a part of a wonderful time in history where love is set to evolve. One of the great blessings of having the North Node in a fixed sign, especially such as Leo, is everything that is destined to happen is set. It's as fixed as the sign. And whatever, this is one of those periods where the saying is definitely true. Whatever is meant for you in this life cannot avoid you. You cannot run away from it. You can never be given to someone else. And that should immediately put your heart at a sense of peace, because everything good and courageous and lovely that you are meant to experience, have, and do will surely be fulfilled over the next course of this karmic chapter. So what's important, of course, to keep in mind with this new moon in Leo is it very much so is an evolution of love, the evolution of love, if anything. And I really do see this as a party, not necessarily in the way we may do if we start to put on music and get festive and live, although that definitely won't hurt. But what this party signifies is a daily celebration of life that will help and make sure you're not just in this life, but you're actually living this life. So moving forward, the best way to gain the greatest amount of energy from this new moon eclipse is to set the intention, as we will do so as we invoke this new moon energy together, but to really express your gratitude for life with love and gratefulness, but most importantly, festiveness, so that every moment and every day is a celebration to the sun, a celebration to life. Coping and taking this attitude, as well as taking this energy and expressing it like as such, will now initiate you into the realms of co-creation that we'll step into with Jupiter and Libra when we step into Libra season. So congratulations once again. We are in Leo season, and this is the part of the zodiac progression where we take the fast track to Aquarius. And the karmic season that we walked away from was the North Node in Virgo. And it's important to gain a sense of what this karmic chapter really helped you do. Let me use myself, for example. When the North Node was in Virgo and the South Node was in Pisces in my 4th and 10th house, respectively, I ended up having to move, and I also was able to do this work full time. So the lesson of the North Node in Virgo had everything to do with really changing my lifestyle so that I can do this work that I do. What are the things in your day-to-day reality that you had to shift and you had to cope with so that you can allow the divine in your life? The divine was my 10th house. So the career I'm meant to do, I had to integrate this with my lifestyle. All right. And regardless of whatever house this was in your chart, this had a lot to do with preparing the lifestyle developments, the decisions you make, the people you hang out with that influence the lifestyle you live. Because now that this is in Leo, and now that we're sparking off this eclipse here in Leo, what this is doing profoundly is activating our lifestyle with the passion and love necessary so that you can do everything in your lifestyle with love, adding courage and adding passion, which will make it now exciting. So the reason why with the North Node in Libra, what was happening before that was you were meeting all the important people in your life who were meant to set off certain things for you, but they're going to be revisited and come back this North Node in Leo transit while you made the important connections. Then you took a break from those connections to really put your lifestyle in order. Now that it's in Leo, what's going to be birthed is an evolution of your heart and the way you tap into your own creative spark. And this creative spark is going to now blend and balance with the connections you've made who will also spark things in their heart. And now your lifestyle is in order so that, or will be continue to be in order, right? So that you can merge and integrate all these together. What's a key feature of this period of time right now has much to do as well with where we are as humanity in a collective. And, you know, this is a very profound opportunity and time to express love towards each other in more unique ways that involves pettiness and internet memes instead of just the usual colloquial ways of having small talk. With Jupiter and Libra, this is actually opening doors to accelerate and revolutionize the way we as beings communicate with each other. And the way I mean this has much to do with people now identifying with each other differently. The importance of this being Leo season while we do this is now we're putting our hearts into who we are becoming, which is bringing this all outwards and changing how we interact in relationships profoundly. So one thing to keep in mind as well is that there are certain key themes and facets of how we interact as well as how we battle our own shadow that once Jupiter goes into Scorpio, we won't necessarily be able to hide. Not that you were wanting to hide it, but there's certain things that are private that this Leo season is going to bring out into the open. I always joke about, you know, how you have to sing and put your vibrancy and passion in Leo, but even a somber, chill tone that puts the focus and the awareness of this energy building up in your heart is also enough to kind of harness this energy as well. But regardless of whatever's being projected to distract you from focusing on what you're meant to, you know, overcome, this new moon eclipse in Leo is very powerful and here for you to take the love in your heart and to break through your limitations. So I want to really talk a little bit about those limitations. This is relevant in that you want to go back to 2014 when Saturn was in Scorpio. Saturn had to build and construct the inner discipline and inner world for Neptune and Pisces to have us see these visions. If Saturn and Scorpio didn't like dig deep, then we wouldn't really be able to come and make sense of the intuitions like we do now. Now that Jupiter is about to go in there and expand on what Saturn's constructed on, this is just going to bring you even deeper into the meaning of your own inner darkness, which is as unique as a snowflake and anyone watching this, but the uniqueness of your inner darkness, the secrets of your soul that, you know, distinguish you, because Aquarius is all about being unique. Aquarius is all about being authentic and original. Well, what squares that? Scorpio. So there's secrets to what make you unique. Trade secrets, stuff that, you know, only you can understand. This is what gives you depth and doesn't make you as shallow as other people. So what's happening now with this fire and air energy is it's opening up the opportunity for you to express and build connections based off of the power of your heart. Everything that you're doing, every way that you're expressing your life energy and life force is paramount in defining how this power of your soul and spirit expresses itself. The reason why it's important just to focus on the expression as opposed to the execution or what it all means is because living in the moment right now and being present and experiencing your own essence and sharing it for others as well is going to not only open doors for you with the luck of Leo, but once again, evolve your heart and evolve love. If you're watching this right now and you're alive, you are being placed in relationships where the way to move forward in that relationship is not to do things with the old relationship construct of placing expectations on each other or making sure there's like an unfair balance because of gender roles or because of any prescribed rules of how people in your tradition. There has to be now a new way that takes into account who you are. And the only reason why it's new is because a facet of how you be who you are is evolving. And now, in order for you to move forward in these relationships, you have to bring the evolution of you into these relationships. The reason why these relationships are important now, and when I say these relationships, I mean the relationships that you're actively building on a day-to-day basis and are actually working to connect more and more. This is the luck of Jupiter in Libra, which is giving you the opportunity to connect with people who you feel align and balance with you. Okay, so keep that once again in mind. This is not necessarily only like the opportunity for you to gain greater abundance, but it's also the opportunity for you to balance yourself with your other half. Okay. And what's important to understand is that you're never really truly alone in this process. If you think about it too linearly, you'll know that the purpose, you'll miss that the purpose of this transit of opening our hearts is not for us to get stuck on the 3D image that you see, but the spirit behind what you're interacting with. So keep that in mind, where relationships that you have are just not necessarily with other people as much as they could actually be with concepts, existential themes, actual spirits, objects. The purpose of establishing these connects is to purely examine what is it that you bring out. Even if it's just with an Oreo cookie, how are you bringing out who you are to this Oreo cookie? Of course, you'll find an Oreo cookie doesn't do as well as, say, an actual baby girl in evoking emotion in you. Well, I don't know. I have Taurus energy, so cookies make me feel happy. But regardless, this is the point, nonetheless, in really doing what you can to entertain yourself and others through the expression of your heart. In other words, I'm just trying to say, find any reason that you can to act extra, to just act super extra. Open up your heart, open up your inner child, and you will. This is what you're going to show yourself, and you owe it to yourself. Someone asked, "What if you're very isolated?" That's a good question. It would really have to depend a lot on how much you are really seeking not to be in isolation, because you're not never really alone. And I say this as a 12 houser myself. Um, I love isolation. I spend a lot of time in it, but not necessarily because I don't have anyone to connect with. So you know, you're not necessarily in a position um to gain a different sense of that. Well, let me backtrack. What I'm really trying to say is, like, you know, the 12th house isolation is more by choice than you think, because there's every opportunity to keep yourself out of it. But even that isolation is a relationship with the divine, which is the whole purpose of the 12. So that's why it's like, you're not necessarily as isolated as you think. But yes, regardless, how this is going to interact and work with the other zodiac signs is, or rather with each energy individually, is paramount. The fire signs, this is going to really allow you to express your ideas and who you are to the fullest. The water signs, you're going to actually for the water sign energies, this Leo eclipse is energizing your purpose in life and how you gain courage to do work that is passionate to you. So this is really an important transit of it takes so that you live the life you love and not the life that you feel you have to. For the air signs, this is expressing your ideas with courage and getting yourself out there, actually, and making the proper contacts necessary to really see your ideas ablaze and become bigger than they are. And the earth signs, this fire sign period, is going to deal with deep internal issues that you're going to either heal or transform through because of your own private method of harnessing this joy. But honestly, for you earth signs, this is just going to lead to hyper accelerated evolution because of all the deep and internal subconscious and psychological, like, programming with the fire just transforming, and it's going to be quick because of fire element. So yes, that being said, the last thing I'd like to say before we start the healing session, or rather the invocation session, is that what you're going to really gain from the potency of this eclipse at length is a powerful look into the dark side of your anima. And you can interchange anima for psyche. Because your heart is opening, your heart serves as a seal for this dark side. And when it opens, the good news is that you gain much more power and joy to harness. The bad news is that it opens you up to be possessed or to be influenced by your own dark side more. Everyone has a dark side, not just Pisces and Gemini. But this is important because from now until Aquarius season, one of the major facets of this nodal chapter, very evident by the quincunx, that the North Node is making to Pluto and Capricorn and Neptune and Pisces is the battle. Some signs are going to have this harder than others, but it's the battle for control of your heart. And you're going to find that you're able to unlock and awaken very amazing gifts, very amazing talents. Some of you are going to finally master things you've been working hard at doing. This opening up of your psyche and heart is going to initiate a deeper power, not struggle, but actual battle over who controls it. Are you going to feed your darker motives? Or are you going to feed your more pure motives? Whoever you pay more attention to, by Aquarius season, this is going to fix together, and that's going to be who runs the show. So know that if it's a struggle, if it's a fight, know that you're fighting for a good, well, first identify what you're fighting for. For you yin-yang apprentices, make sure that just as much as you're feeding one side, you're feeding the other so that they're balanced, especially by Libra season. But regardless, this is going to be a slow integration and fusion. And the purpose of this is not so that you get caught up on one side, but so that you're aware that both of these parts of your personality exist. And those aren't even the only two. So keep that in mind. That being said, let us begin the invocation and healing session. I'm going to light some sage. And this is going to be very powerful, y'all. So first of all, if you made it here tonight, and you're about to do this, ooh, Miss Kiki, you came just on time. You came just on time. Like, if you made it here tonight, this is going to be a very powerful meditation that serves you for the next 6 years of your life. And in 6 years from now, Saturn's going to be, I think, leaving Aquarius, if not well into Pisces. So what we're going to do is harness the energy of all this Leo and integrate a very important part of your psyche, your higher self, or rather your future self, the you that exists outside space and time. Because some of you, if not all of you, did the meditation yesterday, this is going to borrow in on that because your energy is still borrowing. You're not even borrowing, your energy is still harnessing that energy we all kind of like shared with each other. So with that being said, let's get back to our diaphragmatic breathing. If you're watching this video after it's live, worry not at all whatsoever, because we are building the energy for you now so that when you watch this after, all you have to do is just follow along and you'll still be tuned into the vibration. It won't be as magical as if you were here live, but it will still be as potent. So the power stays the same. The magical experience is synced with the actual timing, but it will still be magical because you harness your own magic within you. All right. Maintain the diaphragmatic breathing. And the diaphragmatic breathing is activating your breath of life and breathing down to your chest. And when you breathe this air down to your chest, you feel this air penetrating your soul and your energy center. And as it energizes your center, you start to feel your energy and your body gets tingly. Congratulations, you've activated your energy. Thanks, Jay. All right. So, because of the nature of this ritual, we're going to do all the elements together. Everyone, feel the energy of the earth washing up over your body. And as you feel it coming up your body, feel your body being grounded. And then feel the frequency and wavelength of everyone's vibration in this live chat as a white light coming down from your crown into the earth. This now marks the grounding. And let's give ourselves times to feel this in. All right. So now that we're all grounded, now let's all say positive affirmations that affirm the progress we have made thus far, and also open up and inspire our hearts towards greater passion and courage. Basically, I'm saying say positive things out of your mouth, or you can think them in your head. And now that we're grounded, as you evoke from your throat chakra this positive vibration, you can feel, envision, or know that the energy is clearing. You can use whatever words you want. We are whole. We are swaggerific. We are awesome. We are blessed. We are holy. We are honest. We are dope souls. Simplistic rituals are not great. Singing bowls on sage. We are cool. We are what rhymes with page on our sage page. We are great. We are swaggy. Cool. So, next, what we're going to do is incorporate the energy of water and envision a blue light washing your whole body, as well as healing everyone in the live chat. All right. Feel us all in an ocean of blue mist that is restoring all of our energy. This will be more powerful since it's not just the water signs, but we're all focusing on this healing and cleansing. And finally, to evoke the fire now, I want you to envision that your body is a flame, okay? And as all of our energies connect, envision and feel this heat collecting a small, not even a small, imagine there's a spirit ball, but it's a fire, a big fireball burning that is now becoming a central sun, and we're giving our fire to it, okay? Let's give this a bit, because what we're going to do after is to take in this energy. So yeah, nice. I already feel it. We got some powerful fire signs. Regardless of if you feel heat or not, this is building our energy. Okay. We don't want to do this too long. So now what we're going to do finally, is take in that ball of fire. Everyone envision this ball of fire now coming down, and it's so huge, it's hitting all of us, all right? So feel the body dissipating, feel the fire dissipating, and now it's coming around your body. It's now a part of your aura, and it's all equally distributed through everyone watching and in the live chat, okay? You should feel a lot of it. Now we have all this energy shared, all the energy that we pulled together, we have now given each other this gift, okay? So congratulations, but I want you to take this energy with you, because now we're going to go deep into meditation. So as you close your eyes and breathe through your diaphragm, take another 6 breaths through your chest and diaphragm. While you're in your sacred space, still activating your breath, you see a magical door come from the ground and pop up right in front of you. It's a very old door, and as you walk and open it, it leads into a very deep part of your soul. You can feel this part of your soul being activated. And you know that if you walk past this door, you will be in a very safe place where you can access realms of space outside of time. You walk through the door. And then you close the door. Welcome to the depths of your soul. There is pitch black all around you, and it looks like a starry night sky. And you look at your bottom and there's no ground, but you're not falling, although there's no form anywhere you are. And everything is pitch black, and the only thing lighting up the night are the stars. You're in the middle of your soul. You see in front of you a being start to materialize. This being is your future self. Feel the presence of your own self teleporting in front of you in your own sacred space. As you envision your future self, this is the being who is the full realized potential of who you are. This is the being who has mastered every lesson that you have yet to master and has fully realized your power. What does this being look like? Take a few moments to experience and to see this being and to comprehend what this being means to you as you both share space in this sacred dimension. This is a being who thinks constantly of you whenever he or she thinks back to their past and remembers how they were once in your shoes, still working on mastering themselves and making it through their lessons. Your heart now opens with joy as this being walks up to you and gives you the most heartfelt hug, as if they're hugging a long lost child. What do you feel? As you envision your master self, the energy that you have built up with the great sun we shared with our energy, put it on his heart or her heart and envision all that energy going through their heart chakra. You are now giving them that energy. This is a symbol of committing all of your heart to becoming who you know you will be moving forward. Once you have done so, this is the most important part. You envision your master self putting their hands on your heart and now making the decision. Only do this if you're ready. And now making the decision to infuse all their being inside your heart. Picture every bit of their energy being converted, every bit of their being converted into energy, along with the sun that you put in them, and feel it coming into your heart and down into your energy soul. Your master self is now integrating itself into your being. So now this is no longer just a concept or a being you connect with over time and space, but now is more so integrated into your soul with your choice. Really, because the Sun and the North Node are in Leo, this is like opening the gateway for us to do so with the South Node and Aqua. But yes, reasons. So feel this energy. Take as however long as you need. But congratulations, you have now integrated your psyche with your master self. Whenever you want to interact with this facet of yourself, all you need to do is to go into your heart. This is a part of yourself that has always been within, but now with conscious integration, you have now taken this energy into yourself so that you can be and become this person with even more vibrancy. This seems like a very simple ritual, but 7:44. But it's very important to be mindful of what has just been internalized. You're now going to carry this energy forward with you throughout the whole season and eclipse, and every action that you take moving forward is to bring this being out of your heart. So as you interact with this being, keep that in mind. And let us now hop, skip, cadoodle into the Peace Mobile. As you can see, the moon is still in Leo right now. And the first thing that you should really keep in mind and meditate on is, what is it in this life you truly love and why? The energy, the energy that we will be carrying forth over the next 2 weeks is done so in an effort to not only help us spark a new sense of passion, but to also give us a new reason for why we even wake up in the morning. The 24th especially will be pivotal, as we feel into the trine to Uranus and Aries. Sparking this transit off officially so that before this energy grounds into Virgo, you surely will be inspired with the right energy to actually smile, to actually have purpose in your stride, and really expect a whole lot of this to experience itself in new projects, new passionate sparks, whether with existing people or with new people. Regardless, this is going to be a new adventure that today and tomorrow you are now embarking on for great credo and great strength. As this energy now moves into Virgo, which is a very important facet and feature of the 25th, not only does the moon, but Mercury moves into Virgo. This is now the initial spark of us starting to understand how we're supposed to do what we're supposed to do. When the sun goes into Virgo next month, we'll be aware of this. But now our mind and souls over the next 2 days for the 25th and 26th are going to start taking our experience and analyzing the details in ways that key us in to how we can produce with our hearts, how we can methodically and accurately perfect the love we're expressing through kindness. As such, this opposition that we're going to have and experience over the next 2 days with the moon will serve to make sense of a whole lot in your life. Whenever we have mutable crosses like this, it's a period of time where the perception of everyone in the world shifts based on either new information or now, in this case, the facts and details that now help us understand how we're perceiving everything we're perceiving. Keep this in mind, because whatever the moon comes over, Mercury will now start analyzing. As the moon moves into Libra now and starts to express the new attitude of this golden nature, there are going to be relationships that form and establish themselves during these next 3 days, actually. Yeah, okay, the 29th, it'll be in Scorpio. So the 27th, and the 28th, with this sextile to Leo and square to Pluto, is going to be where you now have the courage to express certain ideas towards your relationships with others or people in your relationships to move forward on a project you've probably been wanting to work on, an idea, an actual relationship. You're going to find there's a new awareness that will mark the theme, and whatever is sparked will most surely be revisited come Libra season. The moon now coming into Scorpio over the next 2 days is highlighting the sextile with Gemini and Aries. What has been building up with this Venusian opposition and sextile is the boldness and raw nature of how you express the truth of who you are. Once again, through your heart. No sugarcoating things. As the more raw and radical you become, the better you're going to really unveil how true people's intentions are towards you. Happening once again during a Leo season, with us being directly aware of how our actions build or take away more passion from us. Because the moon will be squaring this energy in Scorpio, what will be revealed with this mini quincunx here is the secrets of our hearts and the secret motives behind what's going to entail how deeply we can connect with each other. In other words, because this is also coinciding when Venus eventually shifts into Cancer, there is a deeper emotional revelation. Let me just put it this way. Just when you thought you had a grasp of the secrets of these soulmate relationships and your intuitions, you're going to be revealed that it goes even deeper than you ever imagined or expected. So while the moon is kind of rounding up to this first quarter square, this is where the conflict begins of this transit, and you start to realize that what you love is actually deeper than you could have ever imagined coming here from Pisces. This is that final truth that leaves us on a cliffhanger, so that there will be a certain mystery that is brewing, but will come to light clearly once we enter August. And now this may be one of the most fun days of this transit. It's going to come with its fair share of drama, but really be mindful of everything that you feel inspired to come into meaning to, or what you're inspired by. Whatever is revealed in a very passionate level will serve to show you why you've even been inspired to move forward on what you're doing in the first place. Keep this in mind, because after this, you're going to find that some of your goals change because of what you're inspired with. And the square that the moon will be making to Virgo will be showing you that just because you see it in front of your eyes, whatever it may be, doesn't mean it is real. So everything you see has to be analyzed properly so that it could actually make real sense, as opposed to you just falling for delusions. But still acknowledging that the magic in imagination can be made real by the vision that you see during this period. This is important because this now, as we lead up to the full moon that will occur on the 7th, what will transform over the 5th, 4th, and 5th is your attitude towards how you really express your heart. And certain things that you may have wanted to do, you're going to realize your heart is just not in it. And this may be a period where you now start to reevaluate your priorities and goals and set new ultimatums for yourself, so that by the time you move into Aquarius and we have this full moon, what's going to occur is a greater knowledge of our hearts, so we know who we're meant to be with. And the reason why I say meant to be is because the South Node is going to be involved. And this is going to open up a profound level of clarity over what actually makes us passionate. One key defining feature of these 2 weeks we're going to experience is how, because our hearts are awakening, we're going to realize that what we thought we loved, we either didn't love it as much, or we're being prepared for another life path. And you know, from now until the full moon, as your heart opens up more and more, even if it doesn't feel like it, as you start to gain more courage to pursue what it is you wish to manifest, you're going to really be confronted with a short sneak peek of, hey, this is it. Do you really still love it? And some of you are going to have to decide whether you just loved the adventure more than the destination. So this could be a bit disheartening for some of you, because you may get what you want and realize you didn't want it. And this is going to be an important transit that reminds you what it is you truly love, as opposed to what you thought you loved. So with that being said, Aries, the card that I have for you and this, of course, applies to risings and moon signs too. Aries, I have the Queen of Pentacles. This is a queen who wants to actually add her own wisdom to your life. I feel like this is someone who you have to actually hash out some business with. And if we apply this to the love card, we have take a chance on love. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. So this may be someone you should take a chance with, but for some of you that this isn't applying to, this is definitely an influence that will actually push you to do just that. Maybe she might give you advice to take a chance on love with someone who you've been wanting to. But regardless, don't be so quick to dismiss her, and listen to what she has to say to you, because it'll be very relevant. Hella rel, as I like to say. Okay. Taurus. Taurus, this Leo season for you, we also have take a chance on love. When we start to love, our lives are changed forever. okay? Take a chance on love, because Taurus, what's going to open up for you with this 10 of Cups, quite exceptionally potent. And this is going to be a very beautiful period where you experience that bliss and love. But in order to experience that, you have to take that chance and take that risk to do so. And it'll pay off greatly. Gemini. Wow, that's scary. Gemini, we have, you are limitless. Recognize this truth. You can do anything you choose to do. All right, this applies to moon and risings too. Unicorn swag, and we have the Ace of Cups. So there is a new phase of love for you. There is a new love opening up, especially if you're single, but even if you're in a relationship. Like this is your heart reaching a new level of depth so that you can actually harness a lot more of this energy. So congratulations, Gemini. You're definitely going to find yourself entering a lot of amazing situations coming from the heart. Cancer. The card we have for you, Cancer, is the World. The World is talking about completion and success. The World is talking about this new moon eclipse bringing in everything that you've worked towards and letting it all come together. And you're finally going to even be with people who complete you, okay? So the love card I have for you is to get to know each other, especially if you are just meeting someone. Learning to meet another's needs for love is important for a relationship to grow. It's the 44 card, and it's a very beautiful. All right, Leo, happy birthday. The card that I have for you. Leo, we have the Magician, so go on with your bad selves. This is just super swaggy, amazing. Leo, this is saying that you are the master of your own destiny. And this is so true, more true now than ever. So just know you similar to Gemini, you're limitless. Like there's nothing you can't do. And know that you have all the tools and elements at your favor to literally make anything that you want become what it is. It's amazing. Know that your thoughts and your focus are opening this for you. And look at your pattern in relationships. It requires inner strength to recognize that you need to change or modify your behavior. Your behavior song. Virgo. Virgo, the card we have for you is the Five of Pentacles. So the Five of Pentacles has much to do with you having to improvise. It's talking about you being in a bad time financially, but I see that as an actual person. I think you're going to have to deal with someone who's just not in the best place right now. And this is saying don't dismiss that person. I think they're a very valuable asset to your life. They're just not necessarily in the right place. Virgo, if you yourself may find yourself in a bad financial situation or just alienated, the message for you with love is you are limitless. Recognize this truth. You can do anything you choose to do. So know that the Five of Pentacles situation is completely temporary, and it's just a phase. But I see this as someone who you're going to help, and not necessarily you being in that situation. So Libra. Oh. And the card that I have for you, Libra, is the Page of Pentacles. The Page of Pentacles is talking about you really holding forth on your project. I see this as a hope that you have. I see this as something you're working on that's not big right now. It's not like you have feature-length production, but it's something small. It's something that works, and you staying true to that is what's going to make this last forever. And even though it may not be at that king level or queen level, it's still something solid, and it's still something unique and beautiful. And we have love endures. Love does not give up or lose faith. Love is hopeful and withstands every situation. Beautiful card right there. All right, so Scorpio. Okay, Scorpio, chew on this. We have the Four of Swords. So this is going to be a very relaxing period for you. Some of you have had a lot of mental anxiety, social anxiety. Some of you have been stressed out. The Four of Swords is promising. Oh, you're finally going to feel good. You're going to actually feel relaxed. You're going to get some good meditation in, and it's all going to be Gucci. Especially with the love card, we have spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. Okay? Straight. Sagittarius. No, good question, Toby. Sagittarius, the card that I have for you is the World. The World card. Who else did we get this for? I think we got this for Cancer. The World card is talking about you. This is Saturn. This is the card of Saturn. So this is you graduating the Saturn and Sagittarius transit. And you're going to do this now, earlier in Leo. So congratulations. Success and celebration is in order. You're going to find yourself mastering the lessons that Saturn has been teaching. And we also have choose love. You always have a choice as to what you should do. So choose that, okay? Capricorn, the card that we have for you. Write this again. Capricorn. Okay, we have the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is talking about you being in a position similar to Libra, where you're gaining an initial understanding of what it is you love, what it is you want, what it is that's important to you. And this really makes a lot of sense with the back to what you love card, okay? Your current situation is giving you an opportunity to reevaluate what you want. And you're going to be seeing things with the Page of Swords in a new way. Things that you've always known to be true, but you're going to now understand it with a new knowledge in a new way that makes you whatever you're an expert in, you're now going to be looking at it the eyes of a beginner, but not that you don't know, but just that you're seeing it different. So it's going to be cool, all right? With, yeah, so Aquarius. Aquarius, we have the Eight of Wands. The Eight of Wands, Aquarius, is talking about blockages being removed. It's talking about air travel, but it's also talking about things moving very fast to accelerate the progress of things that you've been wanting to manifest. And your arrows are moving forward. And not only are the arrows moving forward, the love card we have for you is spiritual connection. This relationship has a connection that goes beyond this lifetime. All right, congrats. Sounds badass. And finally, Pisces. Let's see what we got for you. So Pisces, we have similar to, what was it, Virgo? You and your opposite sign got the same card, and it's the Five of Pentacles. So I don't even see this as like monetary. I don't see this as like poverty, because some of you are going through some situations of poverty, and this isn't really telling you to gain something. This is telling you to, in this situation, come up with your millionaire ideas, because you're hungry right now. Some of you may have money in the bank and you're chilling, but you feel hungry. You feel hungry for more. You feel hungry to succeed. Some of you, this is feeling alienated and not really like fitting in where you are. And once again, this is to help you examine what is your mindset? What is the mindset that's keeping you here? And what's the mindset that you're using to kind of move on, unless you want to stay here? The card that we have for love is slow down. When you are excited, you get ahead of yourself. Take some time to allow things to unfold. And finally, I'm going to draw one card for everyone. Sweet. Thank you, Miss Kiki, for joining us. Thank you, everyone in the live chat, for joining us. The meditation we did was amazing. So, yes. So I got the King of Pentacles, which is going to really allow us to look seriously at our value, our worth, and to help us be more sovereign when it comes to being independent financially. And this could be talking about someone in your life who represents this, who has a very great opportunity for you. Because the love card we also have is miracles and blessings, y'all. Everything has its gifts. So if you're ready for miracles this season and blessings, every single day of this transit, we'll have miracles and blessings that will have you like, wow, this is amazing. Let's claim it. Let's receive it. And thank you one and all once again for joining. This is a very awesome broadcast. As usual, remember the effects of these meditations are cumulative, so they add up and they grow stronger and stronger each time. I am now taking questions. Please, if you would keep the questions related to this new moon eclipse, I will be very welcome to answer that. Oh, nice. Perfect. So yeah. And other than that, you stay blessed, one and all. For those of you who will be leaving us right now. And until then, I'll see you in the next webinar for the full moon in Aquarius. And of course, the next time I go live, which shouldn't be too far. All right. No, Queen, it's not super chat. It's just a Q&A. I'll be taking one question for each person. If you don't have a question, that's totally fine too. Yeah, Lilac, thank you for joining. Just this one, live trades. Good question. Just this one. Although since they're connected, I'm sure even if it's just this one. Yes, it will, Destiny. Congratulations, Rose, for receiving and accepting the blessings. Congrats. That's always an important step to receive because we get blessed every day, but not everyone receives. All right. So definitely amazing. The reason why you don't feel it as intensely is because you're expecting intensity. But instead of expecting the intensity, you want to be more aware of what's already happening. Because if you're expecting it to feel a certain way, you may be missing the moment. And this is Leo, so you have to be in the moment. Scorpio is really intense, so that might be why you're probably expecting a scorpionic feeling, but you're going to build on this intensity by what you do because Mars is in a sign too. Some people are having trouble quieting the mind and feeling overwhelmed with this energy. Any suggestions on how to manage this energy? Ooh, very good question. There are a myriad of ways to quiet the mind, but a large part of what brings lethargy or quieting the mind is spiritual attack. So you need to banish any before you decide to quiet your mind. Clean your space. Go around your house and banish any entities, whether you see them or not. You don't have to see them. Just be like, if there are any negative entities, be gone and clear your space. And you'll find that quieting your mind gets a little easier. If that still doesn't help, then you just really have to, even if you still hear the mind not quiet, you still have to still stay present in meditation, and over time you'll quiet it. But I guarantee you it has a lot to do with banishing any distractions through the vibrations. New moon directly opposed my natal Uranus and trine Pluto. Any words? Yeah, see the thing here, you don't want to really expect the outer sign energies to be super crazy, especially if it's not a conjunction, but this is allowing you a prime opportunity to define how you're going to experience this. That's the cool part of it being at the beginning. It's tame because you may be being tame, but if you're not, this is great because you'll be able to fluctuate how potently you want to experience this. This is giving you opportunity to define a new expression of how you take yourself and express yourself in relationships and how you incorporate fun in it. So yeah, have fun. And as least tame as, the more untamed you are, the more untamed it will be. Leo is in my 7th and no love for a long time. So just going to focus on writing and healing self. Anyone gonna show up, or am I going to keep going through the desert? Great question, Margaret. Because this is Leo in your 7th, you have to show up. So you have the door open for someone to show up, and that's the prerequisite, as long as your heart is open. But you want to incorporate ways to actually show up in other people's lives, especially without the intention for love and relationships. You already do this too. But if there are any opportunities during this season for you to show up, this will now utilize the energy of Leo in your 7th and give you that power to kind of create the opportunity. But yeah, just you having the intent and open heart will allow this to occur. If you just went through a soul exchange, soulmate lesson, will it surface again over this month / eclipses, or is that shit done? Good question to Pratt Pack. There's no such thing as lessons being done like that. Even if the lesson is learned, you're going to manifest the lesson through a new person. in an evolved way, because there's no such thing as being done with lessons. So that was a good question for that. Just when you think you're done with a certain facet of the soulmate experience, now it's time for you to learn another facet that incorporates another part that incorporates also what you learned from the last one. So, I mean, if you find that it comes again, it may not resurface again this month, but it's going to have a lot to do with how deeply you believe in your heart you're done with it. Because I sense that you may not want to be finished like you say you do. And if any part of your heart still holds on to it, that's what's going to bring it back as well. Moon in Leo, how will it affect this month? Nancy, your moon in Leo is going to be emblazoned and inspired by all this energy to really deep inside express this love. It's just going to be like all the planets filling their love in your soul cup. And this will just give you more energy to tune into. And once again, inspire your inner world so that you could be more vibrant and bring that out through your Virgo sun. I believe you're Virgo, but if not, through your spirit. Ooh, sorry. Hey, Mike, if I have Venus and Mars both conjunct in Leo, ooh, hot. Will this new moon in Leo be an extra powerful one? Yeah, since the eclipse is there, what this is going to do is take your heart and your passion and add an extra force to it. So be very careful about what you decide to do. It's like having rocket boosters pushing you forward and all that force, and it'll be defined more. So it's not like you'll have that second chance as well. So it's good. It's super powerful, and you're feeling it. So definitely higher selves only gonna get more powerful. All right. Now that we merged with our higher selves, what exactly should we get prepared for? Great question, Queen. What you should get prepared for now is, because now your master self represents the totality of your past, present, and future. So you're now going to tap more into your magic, and you want to prepare yourselves to become this person in your vessel. And now you don't have to really work to connect so hard with this being. It's in your heart. All right, so you get prepared for glory, get prepared for greatness, get prepared for everything you've ever desired, really. It's that late. And it's misleading because we did it so calmly, but it's going to be very fun. I'm a Libra sun, Aqua moon, Sag rising with the 9th house Leo. My Chiron is in Leo. How is this new moon affecting this? Well, what this is going to do is inspire you with a greater philosophy on how your actions reflect how much you believe in love. And this is going to teach others to open up their hearts. So this is going to put you in compromising situations that prove to others that you not only believe in love, but you show others that this is how you're going to heal, with this courage, the courage to actually express real vibrant love, not that fake stuff. Okay. Okay. What does this mean for my solar return happening on my full moon eclipse and Leo Aqua axis? What this means for you, Paulina, is that you now have to incorporate the cosmos and the universal energies on your heart. And you're going to be channeling and bridging forth advanced concepts so that you can balance it with the current state of how people open their hearts together. And it may not really be the easiest. It's like having to be the school nerd and the most popular person in school at the same time. That's a horrible analogy. But instead of having all that drama ensue, now you have to actually learn how to incorporate both of those, because neither of them are in school anymore, right? So it's having to take both of those facets. And yeah, Leo new moon transiting Juno and Lilith in the 7th. What does that mean? Okay, I see. Well, Juno and Lilith in the 7th, because it's kind of aspecting Sag and Cap, what this is going to do is this is just going to open up more opportunities for you to connect in very sacred ways with others that are unconventional and unlike anything you've ever done. So it may create awkward situations, but this will really help fine-tune what your personal way of being in relationships. Oh, wow. I am a Taurus rising, Leo sun, moon in 4th, Is this a good time to start a new business? Yeah, I would say you could. I would wait till the Jupiter is on the sun in Scorpio. But this is not a bad time either, since you are a Leo sun. Um, it's actually a great time. And the tips on the soulmate thing is to be very mindful. The advice I want to give you and anyone else watching on the soulmate thing is, what are the things you don't want anyone to cross the line on? What are things that are a no-no for you? Okay, what are things that even if you did to yourself is unacceptable? Keep that in mind with your soulmate and see how they push those boundaries, because they may have to teach you to place the right ones. So thank you very much, everyone. Thank you for joining me once again in this webinar, especially you faithful ones who have stayed and have continued to join in. And trust me, as this cumulative effect builds up your awareness of your energy, and we all become superstars and super awakened beings, let us spread this love so that we can evolve the love experience of others in this dimension with us. Until next time.